What's going on, y'all? Welcome back. It's Ars. Let's get productive. So, I think I'm a little bit late on this one. I'm not gonna lie. This VST that I want to talk about today has been out for a minute. It's been out so long, in fact, that there's a whole new version of it. There's a part 2 version of it. So I'm definitely really late to the party with this one. I definitely slept on this one. But the VST that I'm gonna be talking about today comes from Evabeat and it's called Melody Source 2. Now, like I said, this is the second iteration of Melody Source. There was an original one that was just called Melody Source, and I slept on that one. I kind of slept on this one, but when it came across my way, I was pleasantly surprised by all of the possibilities that this thing gives you. Now, Melody Source is a AI-driven melody generator. Similar to the last VST I reviewed, the Lemonade VST, which is also really dope. So this thing is in that same kind of category, but it has its own sound, its own style, its own look, and it has its own set of parameters and advanced settings that's a lot different than Lemonade. So without wasting any more time, let's jump right into it and see what this thing is about. Evabeat, Melody Source 2. Let's see what this thing is all about. So as always, I have Logic queued up, and this is Melody Source 2. Now, like I said, this thing is an AI-driven melody generator with a whole lot of parameters and a whole lot of capabilities, a lot of different things you can do in here to help you generate some ideas if you know you're having beat block or melody block. This thing can help get you where you need to be really quickly. So just looking at the UI design, I really like what I see here. I love a clean looking UI, and this is a clean looking UI. I love the grayish tone, that kind of metallic look. Definitely really dope. And another thing that I like about it is that all of the different features inside of Melody Source is spaced out in such a way that it's really easy to follow what's going on. You don't have so much going on inside of the UI that it just clouds your sight and it keeps you from really seeing what it is you want to be doing and where it is you need to go and really understanding what's happening on the screen. This thing is definitely user-friendly, and it's something that you can just open up and just start playing around with and really kind of guide yourself through the VST. They definitely have a really good design and a really good approach to this whole UI melody generator. So just to walk you through some of the features we have inside of this thing, right over here in the top left corner, you have your key section, so you can adjust the key that you want the melody to generate for you. You can adjust the speed. You have slow, medium, and fast. You have the loop length. So Melody Source is going to generate the melody, and you can adjust the loop length to kind of tell Melody Source how long you want the loop to play for, how long you want the melody to play for before it loops. So that's really cool, and it's really easy to follow. You have the short arrow, the medium arrow, and the really long arrow right here. You have different octaves, so you can change the octave of the melody, and that's really important because this thing actually comes with its own set of sounds. So you can drag and drop the MIDI out of Melody Source and use a different VST and use different sounds with the MIDI that Melody Source creates for you. But Melody Source also has its own sound bank and its own sound library, and the sounds are pretty clean. So if you didn't want to waste any time, you know, looking for the right VST and the right sounds to go for the melody that it comes up with, and you wanted to just use the different sounds that are inside of this thing, like I said, it has its own set of sounds right over here in the top right corner. You just click on instrument, and then you can just go through bass, bell, guitar, keys, and it has over 100 different sounds inside of here. So they didn't like give you a really cool concept and then skimp on the user experience. They really wanted to make sure that if you wanted to, you could create everything right inside of Melody Source 2 without even having to outsource to a different VST. So that's really cool. Right down here, you have your groove, and you can create melodies that are in triplets, and you can create a swing for your melody. Another really cool thing is right over here on the left side, you'll see it says light. You can make a melody that's extra light, or you can make a melody that's extra dark. You can just push these buttons right here, and it's going to give you different variations of the type of melodies that you could create inside of this thing. So that's really cool. You could create a simple melody or a complex melody. So there's a lot of different variations of melodies. You have over 1 million different types of variations of melodies that you can create inside of this thing. And with these settings, it allows you to really dive in deeper and really carve out specifically the type of melody and how you want it to sound. So that's really, really dope. Right over here, you have free mode and you have style mode. Now, with free mode activated, this is going to allow you to just go through all of the settings and create exactly the type of melody that you want to create. You could sit there and really just make adjustments to the settings to generate the type of melody that you want to generate. If you're in a little bit of a rush and you don't want to go through all of that or be that hands-on, you have style mode. And in style mode, you could just go right over here and you could just select the style of melody that you want to generate. So for example, we can go to house. Let's put marimba bells. And then all you'd have to do to generate that melody is just click on the square right here. And right over here in the melody bank, you're going to notice that a melody is generated. And it's just that simple. And like you can hear, it's not BS. Like the melodies that it generates for you are actually really good sounding. Now that melody kind of had an Axel Foley, Beverly Hills Cop 2 kind of vibe to it, but you could create all kind of different vibes. Like you got hip hop, EDM, tropical, house, techno pop, reggaeton, R&B. You have so many different styles that you can create. So that's really dope. Right on top of the melody bank, you'll notice you have reverb, delay, and chorus. So these are effects that you can actually add to the sounds that come loaded up inside of this thing. So if you wanted to just stick with the sounds that are inside Melody Source 2, you have a little effects section right here to give your sound a little more sauce. So if we were to play that sound again, just to give you an example of what I'm talking about. You can go really dry like that, or you could turn the reverb all the way up. You can even add a chorus effect to it. And that'll really change the dynamic of the sound for your melody. And let's just say you wanted to create harmonies. You can add harmonies, so you can go to low. And if you didn't want any harmony in the melody and you just wanted a straightforward melody, you could turn the harmony off. They give you so many different types of settings to really carve out the melody that you're going for. But that's just the beginning. You also have an advanced editor right down here at the bottom. You click on advanced editor, and this is where things get really interesting. Now down here you have 4 different blocks, and melodies in these blocks can be edited individually and separately. And you also have a knob here for pitch, so you can change the pitch of these different melodies. Now down here you have chord adjust, and this allows you to select a specific chord for each one of those blocks to follow. Over here you have pitch adjust on, and you can really just get busy with this thing and just do so many interesting things via melody. If you already generated a melody and you want to generate another one, it's just as simple as hitting the block again, and it'll generate another melody for you, and you can play that one back and listen to what that one sounds like. And if I wanted to change the instrument that I was using, I could go to keys or I can go to guitar. I can change the key. And it does it in real time. Like I don't have to generate a new melody after I change the key. I can just stick with the melody that I created and just change the key. It'll change the key instantly for you. Let's go over here. We can adjust the speed. So let's change the style a little bit. Let's go to hip hop, or let's go to trap. Let's go low exotic plucks, and let's change the speed to medium. And let's hit this right here and see what it comes up with. And if I wanted to, I can add some harmony to that. But again, if you don't like how that sounds, you could just generate another melody. So I'm gonna go to here, emo guitars. Let's check this out. Let's do fast paced. I'm not even gonna hold you. That melody was actually kind of dope. So if you like that melody, you liked how that one sounds, you can just go right over here to the melody that you like and go over to these arrows, click on it, hold it, and just drag it right onto your door. And you have all of these MIDI notes set up right here, which is really cool because obviously now that you have the MIDI, you could take what was created and then really make it your own. You can make changes to the MIDI notes. You can add on to the MIDI notes. You could do all kind of things. So you could really, really make it your own. But yeah, like I said, man, this is a really dope VST for sparking creativity. And again, I'm not with all of the debates about what AI is doing to the industry. I think that's old head conversation. I think anybody that's truly creative can take something like this, and this will just be a key to unlock a whole new level of possibilities for what you can do with your production, especially because you can drag and drop the MIDI and arrange the notes how you want, delete certain notes, add certain notes, just flip this thing all over the place and make it exactly what you want. Sometimes all it takes is just a few notes, just a few guitar plucks to generate a whole idea, a whole composition for a beat. And I love stuff like this. So let's check out some of the sounds that come loaded up inside of this thing. I played the guitar one. Let me play this melody here. Let's play some of these plucks. Let's play the harp. Let's go over to keys, groove E piano. That's really cool. They have voices. We can go over to, they even have basses, but we don't have to play a bass. Let's try strings. This thing, like I said, it has over 100 different sounds, so you can really just utilize the sounds that are in this thing or take the MIDI, add it to your own favorite VST, and just go crazy with this thing. So what I want to do right now, without wasting any more time, I want to get right into the clickup. I want to play back a beat that I made using Melody Source 2. Now, the first thing I want to do is I want to play the melody that I created using Melody Source 2. And I say I created because Melody Source spit out a melody for me, and I really just kind of went to work and made some slight adjustments to the melody, to the MIDI notes, and I kind of came up with this melody right here. So okay, so that's the melody that I came up with. And now what we're gonna do is we're gonna play this beat that I created using Melody Source 2. And that's it. That's the beat I made using Melody Source 2. Now, like I said, this is something I was sleeping on, so I'm sure a lot of you that are watching this video probably already have Melody Source 2. Maybe you're just watching this video for entertainment value to see what other people think about it, or maybe you're watching this video to see if there's any techniques or tricks or different things you can do with it to utilize it in a different way than maybe the way that you've already been using it. I'm just getting my hands dirty with this thing, and I gotta say I'm really enjoying every single bit of this VST. I've made a bunch of beats with this thing already. If you're on the fence about purchasing Melody Source 2, I promise you it's gonna be money well spent. If you're sitting in a session with an artist and you need to come up with an idea really quickly just to jumpstart the energy in the session, these are the type of VSTs that are gonna go a long ways for that creative process. So let me know what you guys think. Is this a VST that you could see yourself adding to your arsenal, or is this the VST that you already have and I'm really just that late on this thing? Don't forget to leave a comment down below and let me know any new VSTs or plugins that you'd like to see me review on this channel. As always, if you're new to this channel, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and turn on your notifications so you can stay notified anytime I drop a new video, and I'll catch you guys on the next one.